11 coverage.
We begin with a live look at the city of Pittsburgh. Temperatures nearing 90 this afternoon, and the heat and humidity could spark some strong storms later on today.
That's right, Peggy. Let's get right to Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Danielle Dozier to time out your forecast. Hey there, Danielle.
Live look over the city once again. We have a partly sunny sky right now. The temperature is 82 degrees. Our heat index is at 85 because it feels so tropical out there. The trees are shaking because we have a breeze. Maybe that'll help cool us off a little bit. It's 86 in Greensburg, 85 up in Butler, 84 degrees in Indiana. Look at our dew point numbers. They're in the 70s in many locations, which is that tropical feel to the air. And unfortunately, it will be a bad hair day for the ladies out there. Definitely a tropical feel continuing into the rest of tonight. Here's a look at our heat index. It's 90 in Greensburg, 91 the feels like in Indiana right now. Today's high temperature is 90, but it is going to feel even hotter. I'll show you the afternoon heat index forecast. Plus, yes, I am timing out that threat for showers and thunderstorms. The latest timing on those coming up.
Developing today, a possible lead in the search for a missing teenager. It came after about 100 people surrounded a local home late last night and demanded that police search it. 19-year-old Amari Wise was reported missing 4 days ago, and since then, Newcastle police say several rumors have been circling about the case. So a large crowd gathered at the home on Adams Street demanding answers. The Newcastle chief told our partners at WFMJ that they did find evidence after the homeowner allowed them onto the property, and they're now working to get a search warrant. We're going to be following this case today, and we'll update you on Channel 11 News at 5.
Pittsburgh police are searching for 3 more people who they say are responsible for that violence that followed peaceful protests near PPG Paints Arena last month. We want to run through these pictures again. They include a man looting a business downtown, another man throwing something at police, and this woman who was spray painting the Mario Lemieux statue. And the statue was cleaned up 24 hours later. If you recognize any of the suspects or you know anything about them, call the task force. We have that contact information for you on the WPXI News app.
Harrisburg could soon take action to address police reform. Democratic lawmakers protested police brutality and held up Black Lives Matter signs on the floor of the General Assembly. Republican State Rep Aaron Bernstein called it a stunt and said there's a better way.
The most disappointing part about yesterday was the way that individuals acted. My colleagues, unfortunately, stopped the speaker from going up to the rostrum in order to move on with the people's business.
Police say they have been calling for police reform since the Antoine Rose case, since he was shot and killed by a police officer. Republican Speaker of the House Mike Turzai is now working to have a special session to deal with police reform.
We're hearing more from community members on what type of changes they would like to see in Pittsburgh's police department. More than a dozen people shared their thoughts yesterday, ranging from getting rid of the entire department to cutting funding for the department. Councilman Ricky Burgess says that he wants to see a hiring freeze and reallocate hundreds of thousands of dollars from police to anti-violence and social programs.
It's something I have spent my life when my children would leave home worrying, would they come home or would they get hurt just because of the color of their skin?
The mayor's office told Channel 11 they support the reforms. City Council President Teresa Cale Smith would like to hear from you, and that's why she is planning a public hearing to discuss both the police budget and possible reform.
Black Lives Matter here.
Protesters filled the streets in Monroeville for hours yesterday, calling for change. Officers stayed ahead of the protesters, keeping everyone safe and delaying traffic along the way. Tamara Dixon is a mom who told us she hopes the protest serves as a lesson to young people.
They have a voice too, because we're only going to be able to do this so long. So eventually my son, who's 9, and his friends are going to be older, and we need them to do it the right way, peacefully, respectfully, and be a proud representation of the community.
The protest was organized by a 16-year-old girl. She said she felt her voice needed to be heard, and she wanted to stand up for justice and peace.
George called for help, and he was ignored.
Please listen to the call I'm making to you now.
An emotional plea this morning from George Floyd's brother. He is testifying at a House hearing about police practices and accountability. Channel 11's Serena Marshall has been watching this hearing from her home outside of Washington, D.C.
And good afternoon to you. Republicans and Democrats in that committee offering their condolences to Philonise Floyd, promising justice will be served in the death of his brother George. Philonise telling lawmakers that if George's death makes the world a better place, then he will have died as he lived, and he hopes it wasn't in vain.
But I know he's looking down at us now. Perry, look up at what you did. Big brother, you changed the world. Thank you for everything, for taking care of us when on earth, for taking care of us now. I hope you found Mama and you can rest in peace.
This hearing is the first one on policing practices since George's death. It includes the sister of a federal officer who was shot during protests in California. Those protests were sparked by the death of Floyd. She told lawmakers fear and hatred took her brother's life, and she wants to find a peaceful solution.
When innocent people are harmed in the name of justice, no one prevails. We all lose.
Throughout this hearing, both sides highlighted changes they would like to see to policing practice. While they didn't always agree on which policies needed to change, they did agree reform needs to happen. Reporting from outside Washington, I'm Serena Marshall, Channel 11 News.
The most powerful Republican in the state House is expected to step down today. We have confirmed through two sources that Mike Turzai will resign as House Speaker. It is unclear whether he will resign from the House, too. Turzai represents Allegheny County, and in January, he announced that he was not running for re-election and would pursue a job in the private sector. New at noon, Allegheny County just releasing their daily coronavirus update, and tragically, 3 more people have passed away. The death toll now stands at 172 since the pandemic hit in March. The county is also reporting 7 new cases and 1 more hospitalization. Meanwhile, state lawmakers have passed a resolution to end Governor Tom Wolf's COVID-19 disaster declaration.
But the governor is planning to veto it. Governor Tom Wolf issued the declaration March 6th, and that gave him the ability to shut down non-essential businesses to stop the spread of the virus. Last week, Wolf renewed the declaration for another 90 days. Republicans say that Wolf's actions have been overreaching and that they are crushing people's livelihoods. Wolf's spokeswoman said that canceling the declaration would affect a number of steps that the governor has taken, including eligibility rules for unemployment. The governor is expected to speak about this afternoon. You can watch for that tonight on Channel 11 News at 5.
Hospitals in Pennsylvania are being told protect your workers and patients, and they have to come up with that plan in the next week. Governor Wolf issued this order yesterday after hearing from nurses and other hospital staff. And the hospitals will have to notify staff members who have been in close contact with a confirmed or probable COVID case within 24 hours. And they'll also have to offer testing to them. And hospitals must require everyone to wear a mask unless they have a medical reason not to or under 2 years old.
New at noon, we finally have a date. Kennywood just announced it's going to open to the general public July 11th.
Fantastic. And friends and family and season pass holders can get in a few days earlier, even better. If you have the WPXI News app, you were the first to get this alert this morning.
Channel 11's Jillian Hartman got an inside look at how this summertime favorite is adapting to keep us all safe.
Hey, listen up, kids. We have some very exciting news. Kennywood, Idlewild, and Sandcastle are officially reopening in early July. And right now we're inside Kennywood getting a preview at what families can expect for opening day. Take a look at these important dates. The parks will reopen in phases, starting with Friends and Family Day on July 6th. July 7th through the 10th are exclusively for season pass holders. Then all 3 parks will open to the general public on Saturday, July 11th. Now, there are a lot of big changes because of the several CDC protocols in place to keep guests safe. Capacity will be limited at 50%, not only in the parks, but on each ride, pool, slide, and restaurants. So in order to do so, guests will need to RSVP for the day they wish to visit. Starting next week, tickets and season passes will only be sold online. No walk-up sales. Before entering the parks, all guests and employees will be required to get their temperature checked. A temperature above 100.4 Fahrenheit will be denied entry. Face coverings will be required except for kids under 3 years old. Staff will wear PPE and extra employees will be around, constantly cleaning the parks daily.
There will be additional staff that will be dedicated to both managing the capacity, making sure that we're, keeping the distancing and we're, not having too many people go on a ride at a time or anything like that.
Rides will also be cleaned thoroughly every 2 hours. Now, coming up tonight at 5, I'll tell you which attractions and rides will remain closed this summer because of social distancing and sanitizing challenges. Reporting at Kennywood, I'm Jillian Hartman, Channel 11 News.
Big announcement there, Jillian. Thank you so much. Highmark teaming up with small businesses to make more than 1 million face masks. 4 businesses in our area, some which are minority or women-owned, will help design and manufacture the masks this summer. They will be distributed to Highmark members, community groups, medical workers, and employers.
State police are investigating a deadly crash that happened in Fayette County. Police say the driver was headed west on State Route 40 in South Union Township yesterday. When they lost control on a curve, they went through the median right into oncoming traffic and got hit by another car. The victim has not yet been identified, but the other driver was hurt but is expected to be okay.
Police are searching for a killer after a shooting in Garfield. Police now tell us the victim passed away at the hospital. It was around 11 Monday night when police rushed here to Dearborn Street after a shot spotter alert. We found them looking for clues nearby on Broad Street. We still have not heard of any arrests. Now to Decision 2020. Right now, election officials in Allegheny County are counting mail-in ballots. The governor, you'll remember, gave them an extra week because of protest and virus delays. The ballots had to be postmarked on or before June 2nd. 6,807 ballots met that requirement. As the votes are being counted right now, the room is being treated as a polling location, and if there are any changes in the races, we'll let you know tonight at 5. Over in Westmoreland County, hand counting of more than 1,200 provisional ballots should be finished by today. Those are ballots used by voters who were not eligible to use the touchscreen voting machines last Tuesday. A Pennsylvania synagogue was Zoom bombed, the message in the digital attack that temple leaders call traumatizing.
It came down with such rapid speed, so it's like, wow.
A new landslide caused a lot of damage, while one neighbor first thought someone was trying to break in.
And it's a very humid air mass in place, which will help spark showers and storms tonight. I've got the latest hour-by-hour timing when we come back.
Channel 11 News and NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life,
whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. All the best things happening in Pittsburgh in one place. Watch 11 Things to Do, Thursday and Friday mornings at 9:15 on WPXI Now and on demand. Make sure you know everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
It's like, wow, this is going to be a major problem.
A new landslide damaged this Pittsburgh home, and look at this, it is only getting worse. It's one of 2 homes now condemned because of that landslide. And as Channel 11's Aaron Martin reports, all you have to do is listen to understand how bad this is.
This used to be a quiet street in Brighton Heights, but last month, that all came to a sudden end when a landslide came crashing down. In fact, just in the 30 minutes we've been standing here, we can still hear the house cracking from the land that continues to move. The homeowners and others are left with unanswered questions, so they contacted Channel 11 to try to get those answers. When Phil Davis got the call that the windows in his recently inherited family home on Glenside Street in Brighton Heights were smashed, he assumed criminals were responsible.
They said they thought they heard somebody break the window. So I come up the next day, May 19th, and I discovered it was a major landslide.
The landslide destroyed the house, ripping off bricks and collapsing the garage. Luckily, it was empty, but Davis says renters were scheduled to move in less than 2 weeks later.
Wasn't able to retrieve one item out of it. It happened so fast. So other than, you know, the loss of family mementos, stuff like that, important documents, you know, just by the grace of God, no one was hurt.
Above Davis's house on Bascom Avenue is where the landslide started. Get close, and it's like looking down the edge of a cliff. A nearby house is also condemned. Today, a city spokesperson confirmed 2 houses and 2 city-owned vacant lots on Bascom are impacted by the slide, along with Davis's home on Glenside. But after an extensive visual survey, it's unclear where the slide began. The city's next step will be to conduct a geotech survey and come up with a remediation plan.
We're not the only one with problems in the city of Pittsburgh, and they got a lot on their hands already, so we'll be patient and hopefully just work along with them, see if we can get it worked out.
A city spokesman confirms to Channel 11 that all of the utilities here have been shut off for safety reasons. At this point, there is still no timetable, though, on when all of this could be cleaned up. Reporting tonight in Brighton Heights, Aaron Martin, Channel 11 News.
A Pennsylvania synagogue's online service was disrupted with racial slurs. The temple administrator called the experience traumatizing. It happened last Friday during an online service in Allentown. About 75 worshipers were watching when it was Zoom bombed. Officials say it started with some strange music and then people started yelling. We've told you about Zoom bombing before. That's when hackers take over Zoom meetings. There have been at least 4 cases in the Pittsburgh area. Last month, we told you when the Leechburg School Board meeting was interrupted by pornographic images. The FBI is working to track down these hackers, and if caught, they could face up to 5 years behind bars.
To date, the Federal Trade Commission reports Americans have lost about $48 million due to COVID fraud scams. And now lawmakers are questioning law enforcement officials about what they're doing to stop it. The FBI, Secret Service, and Justice Department testified yesterday, and they described a wide array of scams, from targeting funds from the CARES Act to health care fraud. And they told lawmakers they do have the resources and tools to go after the bad guys, but it takes time.
It has to be done covertly because we don't want to do anything to disrupt the network of criminals before we can get a hold of where the money is. We can trace everything, especially for overseas cases.
The FTC says that they have opened hundreds of investigations and now pivoting task force to address the ongoing issue.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Good afternoon. Taking a look at our Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. All is quiet right here, but we are starting to see some development out in the mountains as expected. If you were watching us yesterday, we were talking about some of that initial development of showers and storms would be coming out in either the ridges or the mountains. That's what we're seeing there. Already have severe thunderstorm warnings ongoing in Michigan, a place that has a risk of a lot of severe weather today, including parts of Indiana and Ohio. For us, it's going to be about the heat and the humidity in the meantime, so the bulk of our day is dry here. Our UV index is very high, so our burn time is 15 minutes. You're going to want to make sure you find some shade, limit your time outside. When you factor in the high humidity that we have in place today, this is your forecast heat index for this afternoon. I stopped the clock, that is, at 3:30, so you can see an idea of what the heat index values will look like, and it looks like mid-90s across a good part of our area is what it's going to be feeling like. So if you have any plans this evening, make sure, again, you stay well hydrated. The winds are a little bit breezy. They're out of the south-southwest today. Right now, anywhere from 10 to about 15 miles per hour. We'll see some higher gusts to about 20 throughout the day. Today, those winds will pick up a little bit, so more so tonight. You can see our grilling forecast here at 5 o'clock. 90 degrees again. The feels like, though, closer to mid-90s. Here's 89 at 6 o'clock and 87 at 7 o'clock here this evening. We're going to have a partly sunny sky, and there could be a stray shower or an isolated thunderstorm later this evening, but the best threat of widespread rain and storms will be coming in during nightfall and beyond. So we're talking about 10, 11, midnight here, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So tonight our low goes down to 65 degrees. We are looking at those showers and storms and it becoming breezy. Here's our latest risk outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. They are based out in Norman, Oklahoma, and they issued the severe weather outlooks for the entire country. They've got us here in a yellow risk, which is scattered severe thunderstorm threat. Here's Storm Tracker at 3:30 this afternoon. You can see we're fairly quiet with the activity confined out in the mountains initially. Once we get into the evening hours, 6, 7, 8 o'clock or so, we're going to have a chance of a shower or storm popping up and kind of moving in from the south. So we'll be watching that very closely and tracking our radar later this evening. And then here comes the line, 10, 11 or so. We're watching showers and storms coming into our western counties, pushing through the Pittsburgh area. Early overnight, still raining in places like Greensburg, Uniontown, and Indiana, and then that's going to be kicking on out of here. With this, we are looking at the threat for damaging winds and large hail. Those will be our two primary threats, but we can't entirely rule out an isolated tornado, especially along that leading edge of the line of storms later on tonight. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. 80 on Thursday with the chance for a shower around in the morning, otherwise decreasing clouds. Nice day on Friday, and your weekend is cooler with highs in the lower 70s. I put back in a slight chance for a shower or storm on Saturday. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll walk you through our hour-by-hour rain forecast, how much we're expecting to see.
Caught on camera, a woman driving through a group of protesters. Why some people say they had no choice but to jump on the hood.
And a big Pittsburgh company is making a big move. What Kennywood says they have to cut next.
Handmade hearts displayed on local doors and windows with messages of gratitude and hope. Neighbors are showing support for frontline workers and bringing a light to this dark time.
It's also to uplift the people in the neighborhood and the community.
Spreading a message of love makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh.
Proud to be from Pittsburgh. Brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Great cars, great people. For a great deal on a Honda, visit shophonda.com.
but he can read between the lines like Judge Judy.
Welcome back. Ohio's governor and health director facing a lawsuit over how they handled COVID-19 restrictions. Several restaurants came together to file the lawsuit, saying the health director should not be allowed to shut them down or take their liquor license. They say the vague health guidelines impede the rights of restaurant owners.
If they were to do something more to define what needs to be done, then that would be acceptable. But they're not doing that, and they haven't done that, and they can't have criminal penalties tied to it.
The restaurant owners are looking to eliminate the restrictions and criminal penalties.
The pandemic shutdown is leading to job cuts at Kennywood. Kennywood says that it is speeding up plans to permanently cut 10% of its salaried workforce. They have headquarters in Pittsburgh and a corporate campus in Unity. According to the Trib, Kennywood isn't saying how many local employees will be cut. The company said the layoffs expect to save them up to $15 million per quarter.
We're hearing the phrase defund the police. I'm Blair Miller in Washington, where we're looking into this and understanding what exactly that means.
I went in as a job and come out as a killer.
His name is on a war memorial in Penn Hills, but only Channel 11 dug up new paperwork that's raising questions.
And we are dry right now, but I'm still expecting that threat for thunderstorms, especially tonight. I have a look at your latest rainfall forecast coming up.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscast. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now.
You put on Channel 11 Morning News. There is a team that has been working all night to get you the news you need.
The news doesn't stop. We don't stop.
As a mom, I know your morning is busy. We're going to give you everything you need, from the breaking news desk to weather and traffic.
When you walk out that door, you're prepared.
Severe weather coverage where you live.
On Channel 11 News.
Breaking at 12:30, the state health department has just released new numbers on the coronavirus in Pennsylvania.
That's right. There are 410 more cases in the state and 48 more people have passed away. Here's the breakdown locally on your screen. Beaver County has 2 more cases since yesterday. Butler and Washington counties both have 1 new case. Fayette County hasn't seen any change in its numbers in several days, and Westmoreland County has 6 new cases.
So really hot and humid today with some storms developing later on.
Yeah, it's really sticky right now. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Danielle Dozier back with how this afternoon is shaping up. Danielle.
It's hot and it's humid. The temperature is continuing to climb. We're already in the 80s. Look at our tower cam. It's shaking as well. We have some pretty strong winds that are blowing out of the southwest today. Here's our Doppler 11 radar. You can see a couple of cells developing out in the mountains, and that's going to be the trend over the next couple of hours. Our temperatures right now, 86 in Indiana, 86 in Greensburg. It's 82 in Pittsburgh. Feels like 90 already, though, in Greensburg and 92 in Indiana. So it's going to be a hot and a humid day, and a lot of the day is staying dry for our immediate area. You can see our temperatures are still really in the 80s at 9 o'clock. So it's going to be a pretty warm evening for us. I think the best chance for rain and storms comes in later on tonight, and I'll have that forecast and still to come as promised. So look at your hour-by-hour rainfall forecast as we look to the next 24 hours. Still to come.
All right, Danielle, we'll see you soon. We are learning more about the charges a woman is facing after she drove through a crowd of people in Mercer County. Let me show you the cell phone video here of Amanda Hoganmiller, police say, driving into a crowd of Black Lives Matter demonstrators in Farrell. And look at them. Several of them tried to stop the car by jumping on it. We spoke with a protester who is in the middle of all this.
It was either get on top of the car or get underneath the car. That was the choice that she left me with.
Not too many good options there. Hal hurt his leg and ankle. Hoganmiller is charged with reckless endangerment and simple assault.
As we continue to transition back to business, many stores downtown are struggling because of the recent virus. From Market Square at Forbes Avenue to Wood and Smithfield Streets, shattered storefronts are boarded up. Places like La Gondola Pizzeria and the original Oyster House were both vandalized, leaving business owners devastated.
That's a shame, because going around and looting and breaking windows, that doesn't resolve anything.
It's heartbreaking. It's sad. Trying to keep it together.
The damage is another tough blow for these businesses on top of the COVID-19 pandemic, but they want you to know they're open for business.
The message to defund police is now painted in yellow letters here along Martin Luther King Boulevard in Madison, Wisconsin. Several groups there say defunding or dismantling police departments is their priority now. Defund police is a phrase we hear a lot about over the last few days, but what does it actually mean? Well, senior correspondent Blair Miller from our D.C. News Bureau found out what's at stake with defunding police.
Defund the police has turned into a movement. This idea has been out there before, only now it's getting serious attention.
No justice, no peace. In cities across the nation, a plea to government leaders with signs and paint to change how police do business.
That's why we need to look at this from a holistic perspective, not single one solution.
Some civil rights groups are calling to defund police, which, yes, means taking funding away from police departments, but the other part of that means taking the police money and putting it into social programs, things like resources for mental health or affordable housing.
Clearly, there's a need for reform. Clearly, there's a need for change.
Jim Birch is with the National Police Foundation and told me agencies need to look at how they're doing business.
Can we make cuts? Can we make changes to the way proactive policing takes place and impacts certain neighborhoods? Absolutely. Should we have that conversation? Absolutely. Should there be accountability? Without question. Do we want to abolish the police? Bad idea.
If pockets of the country were to do that, what would the impact be?
If the cuts are severe enough, you would start to lose officers.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are focused on reform, and Republicans are blunt on where they stand on funding for police.
But call me old-fashioned. I think you may actually want a police officer to stop a criminal and arrest him before we try to work through his feelings.
Democrats say we need to focus on reform issues, and that could include looking at how funds are allocated. But the president has made very clear he does not support this. I'm Blair Miller reporting.
End racism now. That is the message that is painted on a street in Philly's Fishtown neighborhood. Hundreds of people gathered last night to create it. Organizers say the city could remove the mural as early as today, so they are now looking for a permanent location for the message.
Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Westmoreland County is seeing a rise in bookings since the pandemic began. According to the Trib, the airport has nearly 2,000 bookings scheduled for this month. That's up from just 400 in April. The airport is also hoping to get its runway improvements done in September, and that includes widening the runway for more frequent flights.
The University of Pittsburgh plans to welcome students back to campus August 19th, but there are going to be some major changes, from hybrid classes to an early end to the semester. Channel 11's Gabriella DeLuca shows us what else students can expect.
Things will be looking a little different for Pitt students this year. Some kids will be doing traditional learning, like in classrooms. While other kids, they'll be learning from home with their computers or iPads. Pitt students will soon be back on campus in Oakland this fall, but classrooms won't be looking exactly the same as they did before coronavirus.
It's unfortunate that we have to take these measures, but I kind of understand where the university is coming from.
Pitt's chancellor lets students and staff know their plans, and it all starts with a shorter fall semester. Students will come back in mid-August and be done by Thanksgiving without any long weekends in between.
It's kind of smart to just limit the travel. You don't want people going home and then coming back and bringing something back to the university. So I think it's unfortunate, but it's a necessary precaution.
Plus, they'll be implementing a number of strategies to reduce possible exposure, including social distancing, taking temperatures, and require mask wearing.
I guess it's a pretty good idea. It's going to be annoying, but, safety first, I guess.
As for classes, university officials are exploring doing a hybrid of online learning and traditional classrooms. And for housing, they're coming up with a plan to have fewer students in dorms.
The dorm is probably one of the worst places to be for an infectious disease, just because, you're in close contact with like 300 people all the time.
Specifics will be released before the semester starts. Reporting in Oakland, Gabriella DeLuca, Channel 11 News.
The federal government writing a big check and sending it to Pittsburgh. How more than $140 million will be used in the Steel City.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coriopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
Channel 11 News, 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Pennsylvania State Police are investigating after explosions rocked a neighborhood in Lehigh County yesterday. At least one person was killed. A building collapsed and a tractor trailer was blown apart. Neighbors say it sounded like fireworks with continuous booms going off for at least 45 minutes. One neighbor spotted a man on the ground near the flames. That man says he was blown 20 feet by the explosions. They picked him up and they dragged him to safety.
Like, you're fine, you got to get out of here, though. We got to get out of here. Trying to just pick him up. This is a big, he's a big guy. We were asking him what happened.
He said he walked in and the whole place exploded. ATF and several other agencies are assisting in the investigation, and we're expecting to learn more later today.
Pittsburgh making plans for the bus rapid transit that would link downtown and Oakland. Last month, President Donald Trump announced the city could get nearly $100 million federal dollars to help fund the project. Now the Port Authority has learned they'll get more than $140 million from the funding in the CARES Act. The money will be used to continue transit operations and to replace lost revenue from the pandemic. Interesting story here. A local veteran claims that he fought in Vietnam, and now his name is on a memorial in Penn Hills.
According to this paperwork, though, it says you never really left the country. I can't comment on that.
Only Channel 11 is uncovering the paperwork that shows he never went to Vietnam.
Plus, the latest on the storm threats, and I'm also showing you relief of the humidity that's on the way and when.
WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on breaking news.
Nobody can read between the lines.
She's an 18-year-old girl. She got a settlement. You saw a little money. You wanted a big red truck.
Like Judge Judy.
Shiny, shiny, shiny red truck.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on Channel 11. Watch David Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
I went in as a child and come out as a killer.
So is there a reason why this doesn't say anything about Vietnam?
I can't comment on that at all. I can't.
All right, so what's going on here? His name is on a Vietnam War memorial in Penn Hills, but only Channel 11's Joe Arena uncovered paperwork that raises new questions about his service.
I am not going to discuss that at all.
The head of the Penn Hills Democratic Committee is addressing a concern tonight brought to Channel 11 about his service in the Army as a cook. Jerry Chipinelli told us several times in front of his home today that he can't tell us if he served in Vietnam. But a brick at the memorial dedicated to veterans at the Penn Hills Government Center is causing some confusion. As you can see, it has his name on it, the year 1966, and it says Vietnam. And Jerry can also be seen here at a local senior center talking about his service and mentioning Vietnam.
I was in Fort Knox, Kentucky. I was in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and that's where General Westmoreland grabbed me, and I went to Vietnam as his cook. And I had a ball when I come home. I went in as a child and come out as a killer.
And after requesting Chipinelli's service record from the National Archives, the paperwork we received shows Chipinelli served time in the Army from 1965 to 1971. But nowhere does it list time spent in Vietnam.
Did you serve in Vietnam? You did serve. You have a record here. It's a long one.
I can't comment on that because I can't.
Why not?
Can't.
We took Chipinelli's service record to Penn Hills Mayor Pauline Calabrese to find out more about the bricks at the veterans' dedication. The mayor says the dedication to this group of veterans was paid for by private donations, and anyone could have donated that brick in Jerry's name and put whatever they wanted on it.
None of those bricks were paid for with taxpayers' money. The entire monument was constructed by volunteers. Contributions were private contributions. I have never personally spoken with Mr. Chipinelli about his service, the extent of it, but I do thank him for his service.
You can't tell us whether you were in Vietnam or not.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You can't comment on it.
I can't.
In Penn Hills, Joe Arena, Channel 11 News.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our radar once again to let you know all is quiet here across our immediate area, although I have been tracking a couple of those showers and storms that have been developing out in the mountains. You can see our visible satellite shows we've had some high clouds, some low clouds, some cumulus clouds, if you will, that have been moving across the sky here today, and overall partly sunny from time to time, but the temperatures, though, still are forecast to go up to 90 degrees, which is very hot, of course. We had our first 90-degree day yesterday all year and first one since September 11th. So we're looking at 90 this afternoon. Mid-90s will be the heat index, so that's what it's going to feel like. If you're out at the pool, make sure you have your sunscreen on for sure and drink plenty of water. You'll need to hydrate often. Here's our planner for tomorrow. We're looking at a partly sunny sky in the morning, giving way to a decrease in cloud cover throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 60s. So while it'll be still mild out there tomorrow morning, it's definitely going to be a little bit cooler than what we had out there this morning. I was thinking in my head, what did we get down to this morning? It's low 70s, actually, so it was really warm and tropical feeling out there this morning. 80 degrees tomorrow, winds out of the west, gusting occasionally to 25 miles per hour, and an opportunity for a shower around early in the morning, but I think for the most part, decreasing clouds. Here's a look at our storm tracker maps. I know this is what a lot of us are looking to because this is going to tell us the timing or thereabouts of the rain and storms, and I do think much of our day stays dry. The initial development has been confined out into the mountains, so we could see a couple of showers and storms trying to get going in the ridges as well in the next couple of hours. And once we get into the evening time frame, so we're talking closer to like 6, 7, 8 o'clock, we could start to see a little bit of isolated development here across the rest of our area. Severe Weather Team 11 will be tracking the radar very closely later on, but just keep in mind it's going to be a hot and humid day, and that's going to help fuel this shower and storm threat. Not everyone sees rain through evening. It won't be until tonight where we see more widespread showers and storms, and that is going to be because of this line that's going to be coming in from the west. So about 10 o'clock or so, we'll keep our eyes out to the west for those showers and storms to make their way in from that direction. You can see a lot of red showing up. That's the heavy rainfall. We've got so much available moisture in the air today that any downpour could be torrential, more like you're living along the coast. Maybe you're in Florida or something like that. Certainly going to feel more like that. So some quarter to about a half an inch of rain out of the strongest storms. I think otherwise it would be about 1/10 of an inch or less of rainfall. as we look at those storms moving in tonight. Damaging winds, large hail, the two primary threats, although we can't entirely rule out an isolated tornado threat as well along that main line of showers and storms as that moves through. 5-day forecast shows 79 by Friday, so we're looking like a good end of the week there. And Saturday and Sunday, cooler for highs, 70s, and an isolated shower storm chance for both Saturday and Sunday.
Fundraising for a minority nonprofit. How one mother is using a lemonade stand as a teaching moment for her kids.
And now here's local Steals and Deals, Lisa Robertson.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robertson here with Local Steals and Deals, where we have great finds, and today, an amazing guest. This is a skincare line called Skin Nation, and Michelle Stafford is joining us. She is an Emmy award-winning actress from The Young and the Restless. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, I think everyone knows your on-camera work, obviously, but they probably don't know what really got you started in creating your own skincare line.
Yeah, my sister was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, and it just prompted me to find, a good skincare line that didn't have toxins, find something that was clean and natural for the skin, but also effective. So I just decided to create my own line.
Well, this is all 5 pieces, so you're getting the whole line. You have the Refresh Face Wash, the Super C Serum, the Renew Face Moisturizer, Rejuvenating Eye Gel, the Magic Mask, and you've really put a multi-prong approach into the skincare, right, Michelle?
Yes. In fact, all 5 of these formulas are new in our ocean-friendly packaging. And these products actually work together. Like, the Super C Serum is enhanced by the Renew Face Cream. They all work together. It was purposely put together like that. I worked very, very closely with our chemist.
And I know that with your chemist, you actually brought in kind of super active ingredients that are cutting edge and not even used by other skincare lines yet.
Yeah. It was real important to me, not only that our product was natural and good for your body, but also it had to work.
Well, this is an amazing offer because Michelle is doing something for us that she's never done before. That is offering the entire line at 20% off. You can find all 5 of these pieces, this amazing Skin Nation skincare line, on localsteals.com. It is just one of the many great ideas you're going to find there, and I know you're going to want to try it.
Hear us say Channel 11 News 11 at 11 all the time.
But this is what it means.
It means you get 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
It means we deliver breaking news, local news happening now, and details about what's happened since 6.
All before the first commercial.
11 at 11 means I'll track storms and bring you your first look at weather before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News 11 at 11.
11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Watch tonight. Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
A good old-fashioned fundraiser still brings in the cash in 2020. A lemonade stand, a Wisconsin family running it to raise money for a nonprofit that works with black families. And the mom says that she uses the stand as a lesson for her kids.
Because a lot of the things that we see are scary, but we know that it's really important because they have black friends and we need to support them.
Her daughter started the lemonade stand on Sunday, and by the end of the day on Monday, they had already raised more than $600. Well done.
An important lesson. A proposal in the middle of a Black Lives Matter march. It happened this past weekend on the Golden Gate Bridge. The interracial couple grew up with very different perspectives on race, and the future groom was actually afraid of going to a protest, but she wanted to go, so he agreed.
I also had that trust because I reached into my pocket and I held on to that ring with everything in me to help give me the strength and follow love.
The couple hopes to marry as soon as it is safe for their families to travel again. How sweet. That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next show comes up, our next newscast comes up tonight at 5 o'clock.
Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 4:30.
WPXI is proud to partner with UPMC to present Community Matters.
Hello and thanks for watching. You may have thought about putting off your child's vaccination.